Hey y'all, this is Moni.
And this is Kat.
Hey Kat. And this is the Fake Ass Book Club. Wait, can we both say it or no?
All right, guys, welcome back. It's your girl, Moni.
And this is Kat.
Hey, Kat.
Hey, Moni.
Are you ready?
Oh, I've been ready.
I'm so excited. It's the FAB Awards, you guys.
It's the FAB Awards. Congratulations. You get to watch the FAB Awards with us.
It's so much fun. Oh, my gosh. So I can't even, first of all, I can't believe that it's been another year. So I'm super excited that we've been doing this for another year, friends showing up every week. And I'm super excited because I love the idea of celebrating this past year of 2023. There's been so many notable moments and so many fun. We've done live shows. We've collaborated with a lot of really cool artists. So I'm excited to get into it, friend. I don't know about you.
It reminds me of the beginning of the Great Muppet Caper. There was mystery and catastrophe, and we'll blend it all and blend it all reliably. It's a podcast, and it's gonna be terrific, starring everybody and me. Yay, that's how 2023 felt.
Wow,
it was
we
like,
are so
there
cool.
was so much to point to, because there were live shows and there were collaborations, and most importantly, books.
Yeah, and I was going to say you guys too.
Yes,
So
and
this
you
is good stuff.
guys. Thank you
Yes.
for your time, which is the most valuable thing you have.
I love it. So I think we should get into it. Maybe we need to dedicate the show first so we can get out on a good foot here. So you guys, hands over your hearts. Thank you again to all of our listeners. I cannot start this episode without specifically thanking our patrons. You guys know how I feel about you. I can't say enough good things. Thank you so much for your continued support. And I honestly really, even though everyone cannot get a FAB award this year, I need each and every one of our collaborators, anybody who shared our show in the past year, anybody who's left us a review. Thank you so much. You truly are special to us. We have enjoyed every single part of doing this show, meeting every single new friend, and building our relationships with our friends that we've known since the beginning of this. So I feel grateful. I'm feeling some gratitude, friend. So what about you?
Yes, and I would also like to dedicate this episode to Infinity Song. And their hit Haters Anthem.
Oh my gosh.
I just introduced it to you in the Patreon, and I really think it helped to set the tone for this. It reminds me of kind of like the Black Carpenters.
Carpenters.
Do you remember Karen Carpenter?
I do.
Yeah,
That sounds
like the
familiar.
Carpenters were because I feel like they're like
they
siblings.
siblings?
I feel like I'll check later when I'm
Okay.
editing. Editing is usually when I fact check stuff.
Okay.
And then if I'm wrong, I just take that part out.
That's good.
And no one's the wiser.
That's right. Yay. Okay. Excellent. So.
Oh, dedication over.
Okay. That's what I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask if it was over. Okay.
Yeah.
My God. So let's get into it. It's the second annual FAB Awards, you guys, and there's a couple of new categories because I feel like we just randomly selected some stuff last year. So there's a few extra things that we are going to go over this time, but I want to give you an overview of the categories that we have this year. So this year we are going to be talking about our favorite book, our favorite look, our favorite guest collaboration, our favorite fake ass episode, our best book recommendation, our Dark Horse Award, and our Fab Friend of the Year. And I love that. I feel like that's a nice little well-rounded sort of, what's the word? I don't know. It's well-rounded.
Collection.
See, it's so weird that
What's
it's
weird?
like once we're recording, all of a sudden my vocabulary goes out of the window.
Is it the camera?
I think so. I get weird. Even now, it's so weird. It's like I can't think. But that's why I got you here.
Use a different part of your brain for public speaking than you do for interpersonal communication.
It's so weird. And I noticed too, I'm not as goofy. I mean, I'm still a little bit goofy on here, but in real life, I'm an actual animation / Muppet. I've been referred to as Kramer because I'm all over the place
Well,
in real time.
we did sing part of the Muppet, the Great Muppet Caper
Iconic.
intro song at the beginning, so people can get a hint of that. But it is funny
It's
because sometimes there's the way that there's the way you present yourself and then there's the way people see you.
I know, right?
And to me, it's always so funny when people are fooled into thinking I'm cool. Not cool. I just dress well sometimes.
Most of the time.
I'm not cool.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with it.
That's what makes you cool, because you don't care. That's where the cool part comes in.
Am I cool? No, you pointed out when you were doing some things on my iPad and you pulled up my emojis, and what did you say?
I was like, these are the nerdiest emojis ever. Like, it was all the nerd shit that popped up. I'm like, what is this? Why is this where it's taking me? I don't want this.
Because your algorithm knows that you don't want to see the nerd stuff. It shows you the cool stuff.
Basic, if you want to call it that. It's just the regular shit. You know what I mean?
And
anywho,
I take mine extra nerdy.
There's
a
nothing
little
wrong with it.
nerd sauce on the side.
I like it. It adds a unique flavor to our show, I must say. So I'm into it, friend.
Thank you.
I'm into it. And so I think we should get into our first category then, friend. So
I agree.
Let's jump into our favorite book, because that's why we're here. We're here reading books and
starting out
reviewing.
heavy.
Yeah. So I feel like let's go ahead and do it.
It's like the MTV Awards, and it's like Video of the Year.
Yes.
But this is Book of the Year.
It's Book of the Year, you guys. So I want to give you our nominees for our favorite book in 2023. So the first nominee is episode 95, World Record Book of Racist Stories by Amber Ruffin and Lacey Lamar. I like it. We have episode 101, which is Night Crawling with Layla Motley. And then we have episode 126, The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. And episode 107, Secret Lives of Church Ladies by Daisha Filia. So, I don't know if there's going to be a drum roll, but if there's not... So I'm going to give you guys my favorite. I voted for episode 101, Night Crawling by Layla Motley. I loved this story. It was actually pretty tragic because it talked a lot about, sex trafficking, and you know what I mean? There was some pimping going on there. But what I loved about this story was for one, we both talked about this. If you guys go back to that episode, Night Crawling, I was not anticipating a story about sex trafficking at all, so it took me out. But what I loved is that this author is very young, and this was her first novel, and it was so well thought out. The characters were well-rounded, and I like that it was based on her reading a story about a similar situation. So I always love when you're taking like the real life stuff, making a fictional story to sort of like illuminate issues and stuff. And I just thought it was well written. I was super impressed that she was that young and that book was so well developed.
And highlighting characters that are usually just seen as like side or like NPCs or non-playing characters.
I like that.
Yeah, like this was like actually like everyone is the first, the first person in their own lives. So giving her that voice and narrative was fabulous.
I agree.
So yeah, that's a good pick. But I picked something else.
Okay, what did you pick, friend?
So my pick for fave book of 2023 was episode 95, The World Record Book of Racist Stories by Amber Ruffin and Lacey Lamar. So I just picked this one because this is the only one that didn't make me cry.
That's fair.
And it also was too, I love Amber Ruffin and her sister Lacey Lamar. Like the two of them are just like, there's such a great duo, and it's once again just listening to their voices tell these stories. Like I said, it was all true. Sorry. Bless you. I knew there was another one coming, so I didn't say anything until you got the other one out.
Thank you. There might be another one.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I'm running out of blessings, so
you can do the one, and I'll accept it for all of my sneezes.
Okay. I don't need your soul trying to escape on our podcast. Oh what happened to that pile of napkins that was here earlier? I feel like there was something else.
Because I spilled my margarita. Okay. Hush.
Oh, that's what happened. I forgot.
Did you really?
I really did. I forgot.
thought you were trying to be funny.
No,
It's like
you should never assume smart alekiness before stupidity. You should just for general forgetfulness. No, I forgot about that. But yes, while you gather yourself.
My sock is wet still.
Yeah. Oh, you have wet sock?
I have one wet
How
sock.
are you continuing?
It's the worst. I'm a hard worker.
I'm
and
willing
I
to pause
dedicated.
the podcast while you go get another sock. Wet
Isn't
sock
it
is
the
one of the
worst?
worst things in the
It
world.
is. Thank you. It really is.
I don't want you to go through that.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
I hate it. Moni's feet are now
They're dry, guys.
perfect.
Man, that was pretty miserable. I'm glad you gave me the okay. I was willing to suffer the whole time.
I actually kind of feel bad because I'm like, am I setting an environment where you don't feel comfortable telling me you want to stop?
No, I'm used to being oppressed.
See, that's
not your fault.
Like, well, no, but I want you to know that this is a safe environment. So anything that you need to feel comfortable, please feel free to ask. Like, just know that that's the kind of ship we're running around here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And as someone who, just the moment I get wet sock,
It's the worst. It is kind of the worst.
And not for nothing, I feel like I have sensory issues too. So it's like if something's off, it
Can't
kind
stop.
of
I can't
hijacks
stop
everything.
Yeah, it can.
Hence, I'm cold, which I'm not
Takes
right now,
over.
by the way.
Really?
Not even a little.
surprised.
I'm very, very comfortable.
Got the little heater
How
on your
many?
feet?
How many sweaters do you count right now?
3.
Yes, I'm wearing
And
3.
then a shirt.
Wearing
And
3
she had on
sweaters.
2 hats earlier.
And I also have on like long underwear
And wool socks.
and wool socks and fleece.
And this
and
counts
fleece
as,
leggings.
I think this counts as insulation. Her hair right
fur,
now.
human
Yeah.
fur,
Human fur. Okay.
human fur.
All right. I like
Yeah, I'm like, feel my hands.
They're warm.
You're colder.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not playing any games out here.
Yeah, I'm used to being kind of cold, so it's just like, yeah, my feet are cold. my
I've
hands are cold.
decided I'm conquering everything that's standing in my way, including cold. Like I have the power.
You heard the song. I like it.
I have the
like
power.
it.
Okay, so
Yeah, so I don't know if you even finished saying your favorite. You said that.
oh
Lacey
yes,
Lamar,
the episode 95 World Record Book of Racist Stories by Amber Ruffin and Lacey Lamar. They are just faves of mine. They also have their own podcast that I think is wonderful. They're just 2 Black women acting silly. It's very similar to this podcast. So if you like our podcast, you'll probably like theirs.
I like them. They're nice.
I
They're
do too.
inspirational. I honestly, like when I was thinking about starting this podcast, they were definitely an inspiration. In fact, it was like maybe episode 3 or 4 that we reviewed their first book. So
You'll never believe what happened to Lacey.
you'll never believe. And that
and
was
just the way that they face things with humor, I think is something that I find very empowering because sometimes racism can make you feel very powerless.
Yeah.
And
sad.
that's so sad.
I mean, to understate it, sad. Yeah.
Okay, so so yes, congratulations,
Yay,
Fav book, because that's the
okay.
thing, because we read so many books last year,
Oh,
so this
man.
was to
It
be
was
the
hard.
favorites.
It was
Yes,
hard.
and because we're separate people, we have different favorites. That makes
And
sense.
I like that. I'm cool with that. I like it. So
We're not running a cult, people.
we could, but we're not.
If we were in it for the money,
We're definitely in it for the money. You know,
if we were in it for the money, we would go full cult. That's how you get them funds.
That
up.
is true. That is how you do it. Okay. Well, we'll revisit
We'll,
that.
we'll put that on the back burner for now.
For now, let's get back into these categories. So the next category we have up is favorite look. Now, I'm almost like wanting to change this as I'm looking at it because I'm like, oh, I don't know. I just love them all. They're so cute. Like each and every one of the
I
selections
think this one,
are
okay,
good.
I'm sorry, because I can see what you've chosen already. And I
Yeah,
feel
I
like that
like
one was
it.
your best look.
I like it.
I think you chose
It was
correctly, so let them
Okay,
know.
okay.
Or no, what are the categories?
Let me give you guys our
or
categories.
the nominees.
So the category is favorite look, and our first nominee is episode 132, The Great Gatsby. What was it? I
Oh,
only
it's
put Gatsby.
Janet Savage, Jay Gatsby, A Black Man in White Face.
Thank you. I didn't have that all typed out, and then I forgot. And we featured Ebony Chappelle on this episode. Great episode, great look. We have episode 133 right after that one with Create, Connect, Collab. We did our live show, and we had multiple interviews. Fabulous look, too. I'm thinking about that. Like, man, we were cute. Episode 121, we did featuring the Foodie Guide, and we reviewed The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. Really cute look, very summary. Also, episode 105, which was Clue at the IRT. We did a live panel discussion.
Also with Ebony Chappelle.
With Ebony Chappelle and Lativa Wolfark of Create, Connect, Collab. Awesome look there. And then also episode 115, our IBE live show. I'm feeling a theme here.
That was curated by Boxy Artist.
Boxy Artist, yes.
Who's always a vibe and style.
Yes, she is. She's
so,
very iconic.
yeah, those were all some good ones.
So drum roll, please. Moni's favorite look for 2023. For me, it was episode 104, which was the Clue. Our Clue live show at the IRT. I loved the suit that I wore so hard. You were in all black and very sleek. Like, I thought we looked amazing. It was a neon blonde 2-piece suit that I got from Rent the Runway. Wish I would have bought it. I guess I still technically can, but it was super cute.
It was a statement.
That was
a fantastic look for you. And I think that was your best look. I don't think it was my best look. Okay. I think I looked fine.
Okay, you did.
And once again, because it was something I was
you
like,
are fine.
Thank you.
So don't even.
No, thank you. No, I remember that one I had to kind of like, we're going to the theater. I'm just doing all black. I didn't have as much time to prepare for it. But when I did have a little more time was the 121st episode that we did, the 5 love languages with the traveling foodie guy.
Ah.
So yeah, that look, for one, it was a very fun episode, and we were recording at Media Inc. Studios.
Yeah,
so we had
Media
like
Inc.
really great lighting.
We did.
And we had both had so much sun.
Oh, man,
like,
we
looked so, I was like, oh my gosh, like I was so shiny. Like, and I loved that outfit.
That
it's
outfit was
actually,
super cute.
I had bought it so many years ago. I think Eden was a baby. I remember just like seeing it and being like, I don't know where I'm going to wear this, but I need this outfit. And so, yeah, I just held on to it for years and years. And finally, this was the opportunity. And I really, really liked it.
I like the earrings,
I love a
too.
fit and flare. Yes, and the little cherry earrings were
cute.
fun. So it was very summery.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, in this cold, cold January day, like thinking back on because then we had Jamaican pies, those patties by Jamaica.
We did. Those were amazing.
And margaritas.
We
It was
did.
just so tropical.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's getting my FAB favorite look.
Yeah, that was really cute.
I want to look like that again.
I do too. I felt really cute that day too, because I love those braids. Shout out to Mariah for the braids, man. The braids were
And you had on
amazing.
all white, which really
And-
made your tan pop.
Was I wearing all white?
You were.
Nuh-uh, I was wearing those yellow pants.
You're right. I'm
Because-
thinking of the episode with Create
Connect
collab,
collab,
which
which
is
was
also
also
immediately, which
cute.
is also a very good look.
See, this is why it's hard.
Exactly. But you're right. You had on the yellow and florals.
Because the
which
foodie
offset,
guys-
because we also had on, because we coordinated without even intending to. If you just ride the vibes,
It happens.
it just guides you in life. I'm like,
It
well, what do
does.
I feel like today? Today feels like yellow and florals.
It was so cute. So nice. Yeah. So all the looks I feel like all of the looks that we selected were so nice. And I think especially when we're like collaborating with other artists and or having live shows, like we do try to step it up. Like this
We
is-
do.
Like today, I mean, we're
Because
calling
he
it
showed
in a
up
bit.
styled.
Of course he did.
You
He
know what I
was-
mean?
yeah,
It's
he was
Chicago.
fancy.
My daughter is half Chicago, and
Yeah.
like she's just.
She fancy
I
too.
have to dress nicely just so she'll listen to me. Moving on.
Wow. Yes, moving on, Fred. Moving on to our next category, you guys. We have our favorite guest collaboration.
Oh, this one's
my
hard because
God,
we've
it's
had
so
some
hard.
good ones.
This is what I'm saying. This is rude. I hate picking favorites. It's like, why can't I just like everything? Y'all get on my nerves. God, want to pick your favorite one? That's like always one of my least favorite
It's
questions.
so hard.
I have a least favorite question. What's your favorite fill in the blank? Okay. But I'm going to do it here for you guys. All right. I made some hard decisions. So our contenders in this category is episode 97, Tina McDonald, where we reviewed Feast of All Saints by Anne Rice. Fabulous book, fabulous guest. Okay. Episode 134, featuring Box the Artist and DJ Mary Jane. That was our kind of build up to the live show for the Artifact event, which was super dope. We also have episode 124, Birds of Prey, featuring Jasmine, the actress. Shout out to you, girl. We have episode 132, Jay Gatsby, featuring Ebony Chappelle. And then the last one is episode 133 again with Create Connect Collab, and that was our live event. Oh my gosh. I mean, this isn't even all of our guests, but like you said, it was so hard just picking a few. And drum roll, please. For me, I picked episode 124 with Jasmine, the actress. And this was super hard because it was super hard. The reason why I think I picked her episode was because, for one, I hadn't really had a chance to speak to Jasmine in person, but I've always admired her in the live shows for the Made Man improv show. She is like liquid sunshine. She has the cutest dimples. She's adorable. She's a ball of energy and was just so much fun. And I have to say that her episode...
She's like the girl in high school you want to be friends with.
We're friends now.
Yeah, we are.
Whether you like it or not. And yeah, absolutely. And she's cool. It's like you're always surprised that like this pretty talented person is like down to earth.
Actually nice.
And nice. It's like, what? But
it's like you could be mean and I'd still like you.
I would still try to be your friend probably. But no, I loved that. I mean, that particular episode got us our highest views on YouTube. So that is why I picked this episode too, because we got like over 17,000 like views on that video. So I feel like that helped us out a lot. And that did sway my reason of picking this particular. Yeah,
the
it was
odds
like
were ever in her favor.
They were. So that's how I picked mine. So what about you, friend?
So I'm doing secret option G.
Oh, straight up, let's do it.
Secret option G. It didn't even make the list, but I picked episode number 91, our fake ass episode with the drunken knights. That was I'm just a
the three P's.
The three P's. Yeah, we were talking a lot about pimping. And I just had to give it to them because they are one of my favorite podcasts of all time.
Man, they were dropping gems too. Shout out to King K and Brother to the Night. You guys are iconic.
The honesty to me was just what did it.
Okay.
So yeah, I had to give it to them, and because they definitely deserve a FAB award, a FAB collab.
I like it. I'm not mad about that. I think that's a good selection. You know what? We've quoted that episode before. Like, I'm pretty sure I put up one of King K was saying people can only love you to the extent that they love themselves. Honestly, that's iconic because I remembered it and I was able to just say it right now. So that's impactful.
Strong agree.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to them. You're right. I like that.
So as much as I mean, they gave us so much and like they're not recording anymore, but you know what I mean? There's back catalog still there. Absolutely. And listen, like seriously, especially women, listen to them. They're like, the very few men tell you the truth. They're telling you the truth.
Have you gone back to listen to their like entire catalog? Like, how far back have you gone?
I haven't listened to the whole one, but I did go back to like their first episode.
Okay. Did it tickle you?
They've come a long way. It's interesting what podcasting will do to you.
Yeah, for sure.
Like having it on the record, because I think I was mentioning earlier, like even when I go back to edit our episodes, it's crazy because you don't remember what you said when we're recording, and going back and listening to yourself. Like I said, sometimes it's a little cringy.
It is. It's like,
but then other times it'll be like, oh wow, it's like that was deep.
It's like, oh, I did pretty
good. So yes, congratulations, our winners. But yes, and also thank you, Jasmine, the actress.
Yeah, man. Oh my gosh,
because that was a fantastic collab.
It really was. They all were, of course, right? So, all right. So let's get into our next topic, our next category. So for the next category, you guys, we have our favorite fake ass episode, and I pulled episode 94. Which was all black everything, featuring the big homie from the Geech. We talked about all the black shit, and that was super dope. Episode 90, the three Ps, featuring the Drunken Knights. Episode 106, Human Era and the AI Apocalypse. And episode 119, Brawl in the Bammy. Iconic. Ooh. My goodness. So
that's making it into Black history for
Definitely. Well, and I picked these because I just felt like a lot of times when we're doing our fake ass episodes, it's usually something that's happening in pop culture or something we want to talk about or people we want to talk to. So just know all of these categories all of these nominees fell into that category. So
yeah, I feel like we had more fake ass episodes than real book club episodes last year. Did we?
Probably. Yeah, probably. We did too the first year as well. So I want to go back to that.
You hit my head.
Okay, so with that, you guys, drum roll. Moni's favorite fake ass episode this year was episode 94, All Black Everything, featuring my big little brother, the big homie from the Geech. I mean, anytime I get to talk to him, I just always have so much fun. We usually spend at least a few minutes ganging up on Kat and talking about her. That's always festive. And I just love him, and I just love talking to him. He's all the way in Japan, so it's always super. For one, the fact that he listens to my podcast, he is not an easy critic. I don't feel like he would tell me our show was good and it wasn't. Not to say that he doesn't have notes, but yeah, I appreciate any time I get a chance to like talk with him, especially when I get to record it and then share it with you guys.
Can I share one of the big homie's most iconic lines? Was when he told me that my weave was so dry it could be Noah's Ark.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Slow clap for that burn right there.
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah. I'll never
I'm
forget.
pretty sure we laughed super hard at that when it happened. Like that was one of my favorite episodes too. In fact, Spotify, when they did our Wrapped last year, that was one of our most streamed episodes.
I believe
the
it.
one with him. So shout out to you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank
Polyonics,
you.
we appreciate you.
Thank you, big homie.
Yeah.
Even though I couldn't choose that one myself.
That's okay.
For me, it's secret option E for Eric Dizzy. Our
Let's go.
100th episode with
like
Eric
it.
Dizzy was my favorite fake ass episode with our Podfather.
Yeah, that was so much fun. He even drank with us.
He
don't even be
did.
drinking like
He
that. He
doesn't
popped
really
champagne.
like leaving the house for real.
He put on actual pants for us. You ain't lying.
And came out to kick it with us for our 100th episode. And I honestly don't feel like we'd be where we were if it wasn't for the illustrious Eric Dizzy. So
Let's go.
shout out to him and Ignorant Philosophy and Black Widow Podcast.
Yes, and all of his projects. Just all of them. He's fabulous.
So congratulations on your very first FAB award.
Yay! How much fun is that?
Yes.
Yes. All right, guys, let's take a quick break and we're going to get back into these FAB awards. It's the FAB Awards, and we're back.
And no one's getting smacked.
No one's getting no hard smacks, you guys. Mm-mm. All right, so
We use our words at this literary podcast.
except for me when I forget them, and then Kat reminds me about them.
But hands are not for hitting. They're for finger wagging.
Hands be for hitting sometimes.
Hands are not
They
for
shouldn't
hitting.
be.
Feet are not for kicking. You remember kindergarten?
Okay, you know what? Moving on. Okay. All right, you guys. So let's get into our next category. So we had some really fun book recommendations this year, and I wanted to take some time to acknowledge those. Last year, Nira Muhammad, shout out to you, recommended Woman Is No Man. We had a blast recording that. Like,
That was super fun.
shout out to you. I gotta shout you back out this year because we just had so much fun collaborating with that episode and really, really loved that book. So I was like, let's do a dedicated category this year so we can get into some of the fun book recommendations that we received. So our first nominee is episode 113, Fledgling, by Octavia Butler. That book was recommended by Dyke Michaels of the Harder Brunch podcast. Okay. Then we have episode 135, Rest is Resistance. That was recommended to us by Tasha Mack. We were lucky enough to collaborate with her during the Unstoppable event at Maven Space with Create Connect Collab. Shout out to you. We also have episode 121, The 5 Love Languages. That was recommended by the Foodie Guide, excuse me. I like
Right.
that. That's really cute and fun.
Yes.
Don't want to mess that up. Then we have episode 130, Thicker Than Water. You guys, we had to throw this on here because this was a vote from the public. You guys, if you remember, Jada's book came out, her book came out. That's Kerry Washington. And we decided to go with that book, so that had to make the cut this time. So our last one is episode 107, Secret Lives of Church Ladies by Disha Filia. Let's go.
Yes.
All right. So I'm excited.
Oh, and that was recommended by the illustrious Ebony Chappelle.
I mean, illustrious. Let's
Yes.
be for real. Okay. So drum roll, you guys. So my pick for the best book recommendation of 2023 was Fledgling by Octavia Butler. Dyke Michaels of the Harder Brunch, thank you so much for that recommendation. We were already loving on Octavia Butler anyway because she is a Black lady. She writes science fiction, and that's not a combination you come across that much.
It's not those are not two categories you put together in your mind
They're
when you
not.
think sci-fi generally in the English-speaking world. What is usually brought up to your mind is like Gene Roddenberry or Edgar Burroughs or fill in the third thing. Isaac Asimov.
I know who that is. The first two, I was like,
But yes, Octavia Butler, she deserves her space there.
I love it. And I know that specifically he picked that book with us in mind. And I love that. You know what I mean? Like, so I just have to shout him out for that. And I really, really loved the book. It was actually a really good book too. And it was a fun collaboration as well. So I stand. What about you, friend?
Oh, let me look at my list so I can remember. Okay, so my best book recommendation was episode 107, The Secret Lives of Church Ladies by Disha Filio. And that was recommended by FAB, Ebony Chappelle.
The Ebony Chappelle. Okay.
The one you're thinking of.
Okay.
And this book blew my mind. Like, I really, really appreciate, once again, like this podcast. Like, there's so many things that wouldn't have come my way if it hadn't been for the podcast. And so this was one of the best, just technically written books that we read all year. And then also just emotionally fulfilling. And it just really resonated. So, yeah, thank you.
That one surprised me too, though, because I feel like I have to, full disclosure, like I had a little bit of I don't know what I thought it was going to be like, but I didn't know if I was going to like it.
Oh.
And so I was pleasantly surprised. And I did like the short stories in there. So like you got to get a few different things in there. And each and every story was they were beautifully written. You're right. Yeah. That was really a really great series.
I love a collection of short stories.
I do too. That's what I'm learning.
Mm-hmm.
I do enjoy that. And I love that she recommended that book because, she's well read too. And, highlighting, especially female Black authors, is always, it's a plus, especially when you genuinely enjoy the material. So
yeah,
I liked it a lot.
But the real winners were us because we got to experience all that.
We did. Got to take it all in.
Yes. So congratulations, winners of the best recommendation. You guys have good taste.
Yeah, you do. We appreciate you. All right. So on to the next category, friend.
Dark horse.
Let's go.
So how would you define a dark horse?
So a dark horse is something, I feel like it just surprises you. It's something unexpected. It's something that you weren't clocking or checking for, and it really made an impression.
You know what it makes me think of, and I'm not proud of this, Katy Perry. Are you ready for this is probably as much as I can sing. Like, that was a song, that was a hit she had. Because I'm coming at you like a dark horse. Are you ready for?
Okay. But I don't know if I didn't realize that's what she was saying. Okay. Even though she said it repeatedly, I guess.
Life is learning.
I didn't really listen to the song apparently, so okay. That wasn't one of my favorite Carrie Perry.
What's your favorite Katy Perry?
Probably
I'm serious. I don't know why you were laughing. Katy Perry is a serious artist.
No, wait.
Dancing sharks.
I'm not laughing because she's not serious. She's adorable.
You're laughing pretty hard.
It's just that I'm forgetful, and then you put me on the spot to remember stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's hilarious. But what's the fire one? Something about fire. Is there enough fire? Hold on, let me Google something.
I remember Roar.
Yes.
And you're gonna hear me roar.
Is there enough
so
fire
how did
in
I
that?
know?
It has the word fire in it, I'm pretty sure. And you know why I know this song? Because my daughter loves it. So I'm picking it because she liked it. Boom, in your face.
Help me down.
Smash, 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 smash. Just me here, help me now. Fire.
There it is.
I don't know.
I am the champion, and you're gonna hear me roar.
Okay, so boom, there you have it. In your face, Kat, for trying to stomp me, okay?
Yeah.
Which is not hard to do. So.
Well corrected. Well corrected.
Thank you, everyone.
How do we end up here?
It's your fault. That's all I'm gonna say. We were talking about dark horses, and you had mentioned her, and I didn't know.
Ready for? Thank you,
Okay.
Thank you, Katy Perry, for all you've done.
You know what I'm saying? You
'Cause
got up out of
it wasn't
that.
easy.
Your parents didn't even want you singing songs
They
like that.
didn't. Like, it's very easy to mitigate the accomplishments of people. But
Absolutely, I would never. Honestly, it's just
never.
that it's like, man,
You know what,
I'm not on
Katy
pop
Perry?
music like
Here's your
that.
FAB award.
There you go. Congratulations to you. Okay, you're welcome. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow. We're just giving them out left and right. But
Okay,
yes,
so yours. What's yours, friend? I want to know what your dark horse was this
I don't know
past
if it
year.
was okay. So we didn't even have a list. of
No,
this
we
one.
didn't.
Yeah,
Just-
like
I
this
want
just
you-
out
you
of,
name
'cause
it.
it's coming out of nowhere.
You name
because
it.
like we didn't even have nominees. It came out of nowhere. Episode 117, Katera of Punishment Island. When we reviewed, this was like an anthology of stories on Netflix that were produced by all African writers and directors, and I wasn't ready. Like, that was, to me, I need to go back and rewatch all of those. They were incredible. The cinematography, the themes, subject matter, bon. So it wasn't just Katera of Punishment Island. It was all the stories that were
Okay.
part of the collection. But I think we just named the episode Katera of Punishment Island. And that was one of the better ones. Like, that was and it was fantastic, too, because I feel like the sort of American attention span is kind of short right now. And it was kind of like watching a motion picture in like 28 minutes.
Yeah, which was nice.
Yeah.
That's actually impressive.
It is deeply impressive, and once
Storytelling
again,
has to
like
be
all the shots
together.
they got was just beautiful. So to me, that came out of nowhere and just like boom.
Yeah.
So
You recommended it too, and I actually enjoyed it as well. And knowing, like you said, that it was giving unknown
Wait,
artists.
did you name yours, or did I skip the line? You're supposed to go first.
Well, we were changing it up.
Okay.
We did, but that's okay.
You know what? You're right. I'm being breezy.
It's okay. I like it. I mean, because I think I punted it to you.
Oh,
Because we
okay.
sang about the dark horse thing, and I said, "What about you, friend?" And then here we are.
You know what? You're right.
But I think it's cool that you got to go
Okay,
first
so
that
yeah,
time.
I just pushed
No, I like
ahead.
that.
But yes, you go ahead, Moni. What was your dark horse of 2023?
You know, I'm glad you asked. Thank you for asking this. I had a really hard time picking my favorite book this year because, again,
Wait, not favorite book?
I know.
Oh,
I know.
I'm sorry.
Because this was in the contender for me for my favorite book.
Got you.
Yeah, this was like, I had a really hard time because I had no idea. This is not even like a new book or anything. The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. We reviewed this episode 126, and if I'm being totally honest, I was like,
She wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready. Like, I cried and everything.
And I cry all the time. Moni doesn't cry as much. I
try
pretty much
not
I feel
to.
like more of the books have made me cry than haven't.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of, I mean, we like sad books. I mean, I think
And
we've said that
this
here.
one definitely made me cry.
It was crazy.
This would have been my dark horse if I hadn't read it before.
Okay.
I
Okay.
had read it before the book club. I just reread it for the book club. Still cried,
Still cried.
knowing fully well what was going to happen. Knew exactly what was going to happen.
It was such a good book, you guys. If you've not read this book, I definitely feel like it's one of those. I feel like the books that get recommended all the time. People are like, oh, what should I read? Like The Alchemist and 47 Laws of Power.
48.
8. That's what I said. Don't be weird.
That's why you're missing power. You forgot the last one. You'd have all the power if you'd have
It's
remembered.
probably
the last
best that way. Honestly, I don't need all the power.
Okay.
It would be a problem.
Fair. So Moni only has 48.
47. I'm working on the last one right now. But I definitely enjoyed this book way more than I thought that I would. And it was just so beautifully written. Like John Green, you're really good at your job.
So good.
And just knowing he's from Indiana too, or
He
he
was
lived
so
here for a while
Indiana.
was cool. Yeah, I
Go
was like,
Hoosiers.
you know, and I was
Sports.
surprised. Sports, corn,
Lack of access to water.
lack.
Our water is so bad, y'all.
It's gross.
That's what people remember.
They do. It's like, why does it taste like that? And why does my skin feel like this?
Why is everything ashy?
Yeah, it's like, it's the
You
water.
have to combat the ashiness, it has to be part of your lifestyle.
And I try to get my kids indoctrinated. My son fights it. My daughter leans in, and it's a work in progress. But yeah, overall, this book was just beautifully written. I love that it was about like young people, because sometimes YA novels can be antagonizingly
It can be cloying, like
Yeah.
overly sweet.
Yes. And it was just so raw, though. Like, he really got into it, and he didn't shy away from some really hard topics, like dying of cancer, for instance, and just how that is
It
for everybody
happens.
around. Yeah. And it happens to kids and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was just a really great book. I think it was definitely not what I was expecting and exceeded my expectations. So, that is
Wow.
my dark horse of 2023 FAB Awards. And, yes, strong J to you, John Green.
Yes. Yes.
We know you're looking forward to this award and being recognized by the FAB podcast. You're welcome.
I know. He probably can't even breathe right now because he's so excited about
I know,
learning
he's
that he won
hyperventilating.
a FAB award.
Into a brown paper bag. Okay. All right. So, you guys, we are going to tackle our last category this year for our FAB Awards. Are you ready? Okay. This last category is our FAB Friend of the Year. And in my mind, this category represents somebody who I feel like, or we feel like, really made an impact on our podcast as a whole and has similar values to us as far as our creative expression in the world of podcasting. So I thought it was important to just single out, just who we felt like did that in 2023. So drum roll, please, you guys. So my vote for our FAB Friend of the Year is Ebony Chappelle. Yay! And I chose Ebony this year because I feel like without Ebony, a lot of our other collaborations wouldn't have happened. Like, we were able to do the Clue live event because of Ebony. In fact, the very first, she reached out to us and asked us to be on her show. Like, she genuinely was a fan of the show, reached out to us, pulled us in, and ever since we've met, like, she has been elevating us as a podcast. She's been sharing opportunities. She's collaborated on different episodes. She has pulled us in. She's been a great, like, mentor, I think, personally, sharing information, allowing us to do live events with her, just really pulling us in. I have just felt the love, and I just wanted to take this time to tell her thank you and give her this FAB award, because for me, she's just been, and honestly, it goes back to even 2022. This wasn't a category in 2022, but in the last 2 years, I just feel like she has been a go-to person and a podcasting friend. And I hope that we continue to build our relationship with Ebony, because I admire her greatly. She does so much positive work in our community too. So she embodies everything that the FAB podcast hopes to be in a lot of ways. So I love her. She's a troublemaker, so are we. And I feel like a sisterhood there.
She ain't never scared.
Nah, man, she put it, and I love it. I love it. And so keep that coming, Ebony. So thank you so much. I'm giving you my FAB Friend of the Year this year. So
I don't want to in any way contradict you, because
It's
it's
not.
just
We
that
both
we
get our
both get a
opinions.
vote. Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Ebony. This, once again, like, it wouldn't have happened if it hadn't been for podcasting. It's like, oh my goodness, it makes me almost sad to think about, like, oh my gosh, I could have missed this opportunity. But my FAB Friend Award is going to the Harder Brunch crew. Partly because they made us their Friend of the Year for their awards, and I wanted to reciprocate, but also just because of all the opportunities they've opened up to for
Absolutely.
collaborating and doing things that get us out into the community and really engaging.
Engaging.
I like that word, engaging.
That's like fledgling. Were you thinking about that book because you
Yes.
recommended it?
Engaging.
Dyke.
It's really getting us engaging with the community, and met so many cool people. Like I said, we wouldn't have met Tina if it wasn't for the Harder Brunch.
Know.
And not for nothing, so much free food. Like, we as human beings, we shouldn't be so easy. But quite honestly,
easy.
like, free food, I'll go to Costco.
Man.
Because it's like, ooh, remember after the pandemic when they started doing samples again and how good that felt? You don't remember that?
I don't stop at the samples, because people start acting real fucking rude around them samples, and I'll be wanting to smack old people in their faces for being ridiculous. So I just pass them by, because I'm like, this right here, which y'all got set up right here, gets on my nerves.
Sorry, I'm doing some soothing exercises for guys who can't go to YouTube if you want to see my soothing exercise.
Absolutely not. Fuck that. But
So I've had a different experience, which is this happens on Earth. People have different experiences.
Yeah, it's never
for me.
great
I was
for
super
me.
excited when when samples came back. I remember one of my. This is almost sad. One of my happiest childhood memories was going to Cub Foods on Fridays. And they would have like the samples and they put them on the pretzel stick. Like if they were like giving out little smoked sausage samples or something like that. And then you put it, instead of putting it on a toothpick, you stick a pretzel stick through it so that everything's edible.
Right. That's nice.
And
no waste.
Thank you.
And it's tasty.
It is. So that being said,
That's so funny. Man, I hate the sample line. It gets very cutthroat. I don't know where y'all live.
food is what I'm trying to say. I'm
Okay.
sorry for scratching you.
That's okay.
Food is what I'm trying to say is so important and goes so far. And when you're on the Heart of Brunch, if nothing else, they're going to feed you.
If you leave hungry, it's your fault.
It really is.
Like you failed.
It really is. So yeah, for that, just the food alone, they get friend of the year.
You know what I love them for too, though?
Oh, let's hear it.
Because I respect and love your choice too, because I do feel like every time we go, they make us feel so welcome. Obviously food, you know how we feel about food and drinks and stuff like that. We got to do the tour de coupe with them. We got to ride bikes. That was crazy, Zach. I cannot get over the fact that I stamped on your hand. That was crazy. We got to meet Tina, Casey, like so many fabulous people. And I love that they give you an outlet for the geek shit that you go for. Like I already know that it's like, oh man, I need to talk to Dyke about this. Or I need to, so I love that for
Like
you.
Doctor Who and Star Trek. Because
so cool.
there's only so many times I can mention Star Trek on this podcast. Like I got it in this time, but
It'll be a buzzer that I'll just like, an air horn. Like, no, we're done with that. We've said it once and we're done now.
such a good show. But yes, we're all right. We're all right. What a beautiful world.
It is a beautiful world. So yeah, shout out to the Heart of Brunch for making Kat's Fab Friend of the Year, the Fab Podcast.
Wait, did we agree on
I feel
anything?
I don't know, but that's so funny because I feel like the angle you're putting on this is that, we didn't have any of the same ones. I like that. I think that it's nice because even though we're having the same experience as far as being podcasting on this show, we're two different people, and us coming together to make it happen is what makes this show unique. So I like that we both have our own, mind about different things. So let me ask you this. How fun was it going over this past year and thinking about all the fun we've had and like guests and friends we've made?
I love that it's documented. I love that I was able to go in week after week and really look through everything, especially when I was looking for my favorite look. Like actually able to go through, see everything. And I was like, ooh, we consistent. We are consistent.
We are. Side note on the look though. I did love my look though, but I felt like the pictures of me on that night, I'm referring to the Clue, loved the suit, but it was like, there was something about the lighting that because I had the front of my hair braided. If you guys are, like I have a tall forehead, okay? It's a 5 head. And because I had my hair braided back, I don't know if it was just because the light was super bright, but this is a Star Trek reference. Who do you think I'm going to say I look like a little bit? A Klingon.
Oh,
Just a little bit. So if you could do a side-by-side right now that comes
the
up
Duras
with me.
sisters.
Probably.
Those are the only female Klingons I can think of off the top of my head. But the Duras sisters.
I was thinking about the man one with the bob in the back.
You're thinking about Worf.
Yeah.
You did not look anything like Worf.
Like if he pulled his hair back.
But the Duras sisters.
But I was like, you can't see my hairline, and it looks like it's now. It does start far back, but it didn't start that.
Why would you bring this up? You looked fantastic.
I'm
There's
just saying
nothing.
because that's why I almost didn't pick it because I was like, damn, I was warfing it a little bit, just a little warfing it on the side. I thought you liked that. That was a Star Trek reference.
I do appreciate anytime I get to talk about Klingons, the Klingon Empire and their
Iconic.
history.
The foreheads.
All of that stuff. Actually, my character in the Star Trek RPG I'm playing now.
Well, can you tell them what this is real quick? Just sidebar.
Shout out
so she
to
can
our
know.
brunch.
This is why they're her fave.
Chef
friends.
Michaels invited me to do like a Star Trek RPG, and so
Don't act like everybody knows what that is. Please say what
Role
that
player
is.
game.
Because I ain't know.
It's a role player
RPG.
game. And so we basically like go out on a mission. It's very similar to like Dungeons and Dragons, but it's Star Trek. And so
we were
I had to
basically
create a character.
in an episode of Stranger Things as a grown-up. Go.
And my character is part Trill
What's
and
that?
part Klingon.
I know a Klingon. What's a Trill?
Trill are an alien species that can create a symbiotic relationship with this parasite, like called a symbiont.
Okay.
But my character doesn't have one.
Okay.
But you can train to be one, and it lives for like centuries. Even though Trill lifetimes are kind of like human lifetimes, like they look like humans except they have like freckles down the side of their body.
Oh, I've seen them before.
Yes, and
Okay.
but they can mate with Klingon. So I'm part Trill and part Klingon.
Oh, so does your forehead look like that?
So yeah, there's ridges.
You have the ridges? Why would you pick that? That's so ugly.
But they're not super pronounced. They're
Ew.
just light ridges.
I don't like
on the
it.
I like it.
You like the ridges?
And the spots. Like it's ridges and spots.
Ew.
Yes.
The spots
yes.
are cool. They're like freckles.
I will not be shamed.
I'm just disagreeing.
I will not be shamed.
I'll work on it. Okay, fine. But that's hilarious and cute to me. I love that the Heart of Brunch is doing that with you. And how cute is that, you
To
guys?
be fair, it's just Chef Michael's.
Is it?
Thad was like,
He's
I'm
like,
cool.
I'm out. I'll watch y'all. Does he? But Thad, should we just
No,
sit in the
he
back?
wouldn't even watch.
He wouldn't watch it? Well, maybe if we got
He
drunk
was
and
like,
just
I
talked
have
about you guys.
better things to do.
Really?
Yeah, he was like,
I'm
this
out.
is-
He wasn't even there?
I mean, he was around, but like he left.
Absolutely not.
Hard pass.
That's so
Hard
funny,
pass.
Thad.
But yeah, it was. But you know what? Going back to the FAB Awards.
FAB Awards, guys. My goodness. What a good time.
Oh, we didn't even get a chance to talk. I wanted to talk about some of like the super good looks from the real awards from like the Golden Globes and the Emmys.
I don't have any of that stuff.
I feel like
wanna have-
Niecy Nash, she won an
How dare
Emmy
you
and
do
she looked
this
like
to me?
so incredible.
Hold up. I need to pull up a photo gallery. If we're talking about this, I need reference points. right
Okay,
now, okay.
Let me
Let's
look
not-
up Niecy Nash because I feel like she won my award for
How
best
dare
look
you? First of all, this is perfect segue right now, okay?
because
Emmy
she
Award
looked
2024.
amazing. She gave a speech where she thanked herself. It was very
That was
Kanye.
iconic, yeah.
And it's like,
And
I would
Snoop
like
Dogg.
to thank myself.
Okay. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise.
But it's true. You can't give up on yourself.
Ah.
And she's come so far. Like it's really amazing. So I think her look was my favorite. It was just classic Hollywood
Well,
glamour.
damn you, friend.
Very mermaid. I know I'm not pulling anything up.
Okay, TMZ. They always have good photo. In fact, I want to say shout out to the patrons because I know one of my very favorite patrons. We used to do this together. We would always pull up like anytime there was an award show like that Monday or whatever during the week. We'd pull it up first thing in the morning and give our review
Do
of what we
Fashion
thought.
Police.
Yes, and it was
I miss
so
Fashion Police so much. And Fashion
fun.
Queens from Bravo with Derek J. And who's the other one from Housewives of Atlanta? And Bevy Smith. But I loved Fashion Queens on Bravo. Like it was just,
Okay, wait.
There's just something wonderful. Like I don't like negativity, but I do love like talking about outfits.
Talking about outfits is fun.
And sometimes
'Cause
it's
it's
a win
subjective,
and sometimes
though.
it's
Yeah,
a lose.
it
Like
is.
we've all won and lost. That's what makes it a good game.
So it was Emmys? Is that what this was?
There's Emmys and the Golden Globes.
Which one do you want to pull up? Because we need to pull one or the
I
other.
want to feel like, which one was the one where Niecy Nash won?
I don't know.
I don't either.
This
Mine
one.
stopped. Yes.
Emmys.
Emmys. Okay, let's do Emmys.
All right, let me find
Because
Emmys.
she looked amazing. Remember when she was on Reno 911?
Yes, man. She had the baby hairs, the baby hairs, and the tight pants. We see you, Niecy. We see you, girl.
And you know what? Did you ever watch Claws?
I actually did with Karuchi on there.
Yeah.
Karrueche Tran. Yeah, I did.
I
watch it.
never got. I don't think I got past season one.
Mhm.
But
I don't think I did
wanted
either,
to
but
get
it was
into
cute.
it.
I mean, it's one of those things. Like I feel like you're watching it to support the people in it, because it wasn't terrible. You know what I mean? Like I think it was. I'm trying to think what I could compare it to.
It looked like Breaking Bad with nails.
Kind of, yeah. That's actually really good.
Thank
Breaking
you.
Bad.
That's kind of what it looked like.
It was good though. I like
But that
it. Yeah,
stuff
it kinda
stresses
was,
me
though.
out because generally the only time I have to watch TV shows is like at night before I go to bed. And I try not to watch stressful stuff
That's fair.
because I want to sleep well. And a lot of times crime stuff stresses me out.
As it should. Like, why should you be energized and relaxed after that? That's weird. Like, I'm not I'm just, to me, it's a little.
Thank you.
Like,
But
how
yeah,
could
I
you?
want everything for Niecy Nash.
Yeah. Let's see here if I can find
Am I
a nice-
connected to your Wi-Fi?
You should be if you're not. That's really silly if you're not. Ooh. Padma Lakshmi?
Have you read her book?
No.
Love, Loss, and What We Ate. That was a fantastic memoir.
First
I remember
of all, this capture of her right now with her dress like fanned out to the side.
Mama
and this
can
beautiful
take a
green.
picture.
She is not ugly,
it. No,
and she's quite fashionable.
no part of her.
So, Quinta Brunson, she won one too.
And deserved.
Oh my God, view photo, 75th Emmy Award, red carpet. Let's get into it. Fuck it.
You know what it makes me think of? Padma's look of? It makes
Oh
me
my God,
think
I
of
love it.
Beyonce when she performed at the Academy Awards last year when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. I think it overshadowed the fact that Beyonce gave a live performance that was out of
sure
this
did.
world where she sang It Felt So Good to Be Alive, and she had that sort of
That green
lime
tennis
green
ball
tennis ball
color.
energy, and that's what Padma's giving me in that
Padma is
picture.
giving us
She's
everything
giving
we
me
need right
It Feels
now.
So Good to Be Alive and gorgeous.
My God, I bet it does.
It must be nice.
I don't know nothing about it, girl. That look good.
You know a little about
I
it.
mean, not to this level. I'd like to
Well,
know.
we just don't have time.
Oh, Adam Brody. Okay, we're not gonna comment on him.
I
He's
don't.
fine, I guess.
He's cool.
Graham Larson and Rhea Seahorn. I don't know them.
I'm not super
But I don't
impressed.
love it. I don't love it.
It's fine.
We're gonna
Fine.
skip over her. I don't know
Fine.
who you are.
Oh.
Amber Robin. Now I gotta be honest, Amber. I'm not loving your dress, love. I'm not.
I love the color.
I love the color for you. 'cause
I love the
purple's
color,
gonna look
and I
good.
love the material.
Let's take this sleeve off.
I would probably
get rid
take
of
the
that.
sleeve off because you know what it is giving a little bit, but I also kind of love it a little bit. Dallas or Dynasty.
Okay.
It's giving a little because it's got the shoulder puff pad or just on one side.
I don't love that. Sometimes it can be. It just. I'm real particular about
But
the
that
shoulder
is what it
cinch.
reminds me of. It's a little
Okay.
iconic, but it's still. She looks fantastic.
I'll never say anything bad about you, Amber.
Yes. Because once again, the glow
You're
of the
amazing.
dress
The
matches the,
sheen is
glow
good.
of her fantastic
her
melanin.
sparkling smile.
Yes.
Okay. So next, let's see who we have here.
Oh
Okay.
yes, Marla Gibbs,
Marla
an icon
Gibbs.
living.
First of all, the fact that you're still showing up
There's
on this.
no place like home. When your family's alone, when you're never alone, when you know that you're wrong, there's no need to roam, 'cause there's no place like, better believe it,
Ain't no place like
better believe it, there ain't no place like, there's no place like home. I mean, no place, child. Woo! That's what it's giving. Like, that's what
You won.
the outfit.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
she looks
first- the fact
great.
that you're out.
Well, you see that a lot. That's kind of cool. Moving on. Moving on. Moving
can't
on.
push it.
I can't. So Moni is shady. She's like, oh, positivity, light and love. Them niggas look crazy.
They look crazy though. Like all of the things all at once. Okay, I'm not one dimensional. Okay, I'll be the first to say. All right. He looks nice.
He does. Nice smile.
Oh, there goes
there it
Niecy.
is.
There goes Niecy. Jessica
Nash.
Bess and her
Man,
boo.
So I'm jealous. Like, my titty game isn't. Like, you only get so many hit points in life, and I didn't get titties. Titties would have been nice,
You would
though.
want titties like this?
Yes.
Are you kidding me right
No.
now, friend?
I would want titties like that, for real. I mean, I want titties like that right now at
You're
this
like
very
not
moment.
just would want, actively and
It's
currently
not
do want.
abstract, like absolutely.
She does look nice, though.
She looks amazing.
Same kind of like, so it must be the like velvet look or
She
with
just
the
looks
gloves.
soft and smooth
She does.
and
And busty.
chic and happy and in love. Like,
God
she's
bless her.
hitting all the marks. And she's what did she win for? I don't even know.
Let's see. So this looks like, well, I don't know.
Oh,
So
the Jeffrey Dahmer
Jeffrey
fucking
Dahmer
movie.
story.
Out of all the shit she's done, it's got to be that fucking series about that white man who killed a bunch of niggas.
Wow. Well,
Sorry for cussing.
She looked nice.
She looked
and
amazing. And
for the
she's
record,
incredibly
I've never been
talented.
particularly busty, but like I never wanted titties that big in my life. They
I
look
do.
oppressive and hot and heavy.
I'd be fine with it. I'd find a way to deal.
Yeah. Yeah. And you would be obnoxious. I'm so glad you don't have big titties, honestly, Kat. For real. Like, honestly.
That's why we're friends.
For real. It's like you would be insufferable. There's no way. I'm so glad.
With this bitch put a
I
shirt
wouldn't
on.
even go nowhere with you. It's like, I'm not going over her ass. She doing too much, man. This is fucking too much. They're spilling out, friend. We know. We see them.
It's fair.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Tyler James Williams.
Okay,
I love him for
I
Elementary.
do.
It looks very
and everybody
structured.
hates Chris.
He's all tall and handsome now. Good for
He
you,
is.
sir.
He did a good job growing up.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I like him so, and I feel like that's enough.
That
I think
is.
we've done enough. We've
Yeah,
seen
that was a lot of
beautiful
fashion.
Black
We have a lot.
people.
Oh,
Janelle
I
James,
love
Ebbet Elementary.
President Ava.
Abbott,
She's bringing.
She looks really good. That's like
She
kind of
does.
almost not quite wine colored red, but it's a deep like scarlet red dress, deep neck. She's got the bangs over her eyes. She looks good.
She looks real
She
good.
looks healthy. We're gonna stop right there.
We are.
I feel like we've done enough.
Guys. Wait, should we spin the wheel?
We've done enough, yes. Let's definitely spin the wheel for next week. Let's see what we're gonna talk about, guys. Spin it.
Yes.
Kat, tell them.
Okay,
Tell
so
'em.
I wanted to talk about this now, but we're gonna have to talk about it next time because we went on for too long. Blue Eye Samurai.
Ooh, on Netflix, right?
On Netflix. Like, it's one of my favorites, which is cartoons or animation, however you want to call it, and revenge.
Absolutely. This is a master of the sword lives life in disguise while seeking revenge on in the Edo period in Japan. So it's gonna be fun. I actually did see this. I'm gonna rewatch it because there was parts I didn't. Apparently, I didn't finish it. We were talking about it, and I'm like, I don't remember that.
I think
So-
something that happens is that we'll watch something and then fall asleep.
Yeah, that does.
And
happen
it
to me a
doesn't
lot.
matter how entertaining it is. Sometimes the body's just like, oh, you're feeling good? Go to sleep, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, I will. Yeah, so this was real. This was a lot of fun. I love this episode, you guys.
Thank you, everyone, for inspiring us to do the FAB Awards.
Absolutely. You guys have been super inspirational, and it's been a really fun journey. 2023 was amazing, and I'm looking forward to making all of these connections and looking fabulous and reading lots of books and reviewing new stuff. So it's just, my goodness, this is one of my favorite things, friends.
Yes.
So
and
thank you.
remember, your body belongs to you.
It does.
So use it to listen to the FAB podcast.
I know, that's right. That's great. That's the best thing you can do for yourself. And just have fun doing anything that you're involved in, you guys. Make space for the people and the things that bring you joy, because it can be hard out here. So definitely do that. And check us out everywhere you listen to your favorite podcast. If you guys have any Stranger Than Fiction stories you want to share with us, email us at thefabpodcast@gmail.com. Just put in the title, Stranger Than Fiction. And that's it. I don't think we have anything coming up. So we'll see you guys next Wednesday. Peace.
Before we go, we must give thanks to Urban Nerd for providing our music, and legal services were handled by Trezanae M. Atkins. If you like what you heard, please feel free to join us every Wednesday for another fake-ass book club. Cheers.
Thank you guys for listening. You can check us out at thefabpodcast.com. Please subscribe, rate, and review our podcast wherever you're listening right now. We want to hear from you. Come put it in our life. Thanks again, and until next time, peace, love, and the Fake Ass Book Club. We out.